Welcome to Rack of the Week number 238. Hey, little announcement. Just a couple days ago, I ran 198 balls in straight pool. That's a new high run record for me. 2 balls short of my 200 goal. I missed a little delicate combination right at the very end there. I'm in good company, though. You know why? John Schmidt's 626 and Jason Shaw's 832 ball run, both of them ended on a missed combination. So I'm in good company. This week, we're going to look at a rack where I implement 2 pro techniques that I learned from John Schmidt recently. But first, as always, on the screen, you see the names of my supporters from Patreon and YouTube. Thank you very much for your support. Go over to Shortstop on Pool and check out my stuff. My book on straight pool, Ghost Aimer, Ghost Align, Ghost Bridge, and Bridge Mates. This is an interesting break shot. We're starting with a side of the rack break shot with shooting the object ball into a side pocket and going into the rack. Now, you make a prediction. Where do you think the balls are going to go? Where do you think the cue ball is going to go? You're going to, like most break shots, use a lot of top spin, just a straight top spin, pretty good amount of force. You got to aim carefully because you got to hit the center of that side pocket or they'll bobble out. No surprise, all the balls are on this side of the table. My cue ball hit the rack ball squarely, backed up and went forward. We're going to do a real quick rack analysis and then I'm going to let myself shoot. You look at this rack and say, oh my goodness, all the balls are in one quarter of the table. I'm going to have to run into some balls and open them up and create some lanes and to be able to run this rack. Absolutely not. Every single ball is separated. There are no tight clusters. There's a loose cluster here, but every single ball has a pocket. These balls here, you have to recognize, go in this pocket. All you got to do is get rid of this 3. I'm going to have a break shot, probably this 11 ball. I might bump something else, but probably this 11 ball. The goal here is to try and run these without even touching another ball. We don't need to be bashing into balls. I have a very easy shot to start on this 2 ball in the side pocket. That's going to get me on the 3, I believe. Yeah. What I'm looking at is I want to be able to get the cue ball over here to shoot the 14 because that gives me short side position on these balls. And that opens up the entire rack. We'll see if I can accomplish that or not. But then also from over here, I'm going to be able to shoot the 10 ball up in the corner or something else to be able to open up the break shot, the 11 ball for the break shot. So I've got my cue. So the 3 ball is gone now. The blocker ball is gone. I've got my cue ball over here. Simple matter to ease this 14 in, and I'm going to be on short side. Short side position is a must. You're going to play it on a lot of your straight pool racks and probably most of them. You need it. You need to be able to play short side to avoid having to bump balls and move things around and take risks. What risk am I taking here? What is the difficulty level of the shots that I just played? No risk, and the difficulty level is a 1 on a scale of 1 to 10. So we're getting these open. Now I have access to the 8 ball in this pocket. Once that's gone, I'll have access to this ball. And shooting this 1 ball, I bumped the 5. I wanted this angle so I could just come up for the 8, and then I could come over here and get behind the 15. Didn't quite achieve that. I think I'm pretty straight, so I'm going to have to draw back and spin up. Now there's a chance I'll land on this 7 straight in the corner, but I may not want to shoot that, and you'll see a reason why. Yeah, I didn't get straight on it anyway. So now 8 ball and come up here, short side position. But before I do that, I'm going to take a look because just rolling this ball into the rail, it takes a natural line straight at this ball in the side pocket. This is going to help me unlock my break shot by doing what? Playing short side position. But I also have a shot on this ball. If I choose to, maybe I didn't land perfect on this one in the side, I'll shoot the 15. Then I can shoot the 10 in the corner. Then I have position on this ball on the side. Notice this is what unlocking lanes is. This is what short side position does for you. I'm not bumping any balls. I don't remember which ball I go to. Okay, yeah. Okay, so draw back for the 15. So now I have all the balls in position for an end pattern that gives me options. What am I talking about? Break shot. Now, I might choose the 15 as a break shot. I don't remember, but one of these is a break shot. I have a pivot ball, I have a rail ball, and I have a ball into a side pocket. So the elements for an end pattern are there that I can shoot off in multiple ways. It depends what order I want to shoot these remaining balls in and which ball I choose for a break shot. And frankly, I don't remember. Let's take a look. So I have just a couple of spare balls. This one, this ball's a spare ball, and it's this one. So I'm shooting, okay, so I'm shooting this one. That tells me that I'm electing to use the 15 as the break ball because this is position on this 11. So now I'll stop it again just to make the same point. I'm taking a look at the angle on that ball. So now I have break ball, pivot ball, rail ball, side pocket ball. And I do one more. This shot is the second technique that I mentioned in the introduction because I want to shoot this stripe and my cue ball is going this way. So I want to stay below the shot line to the 9 because then I can transition my cue ball up here. Then I have a connector to the ball in the side pocket to get on my break shot. Pretty standard end pattern. But I'm looking at it and I'm thinking, gee, this 2 ball is right where I want my cue ball to be. I don't want my cue ball to land right on the bottom of that 2 ball. Then I can't maneuver my cue ball over here. I got to roll it forward, which wouldn't be the end of the world. But I don't want to shoot the 9 ball elevated over the 2. Then it occurred to me, I have a slight angle on this 13. I'm going to take a look. Yeah, and I'm just making sure that I do want to shoot the 15 as a break shot. So now, I don't think I've seen it yet. Now I've seen it. Can you guess what the move is? Create a better key ball. With the 2 ball higher, it connects to the 7 easier. And then I'm never going to be underneath the 2. I'm always going to be able to cue at the bottom of the cue ball and preserve this angle. Now you're relying on good cue ball control. But that's a necessity if you want to be a straight pool player. So this is, okay, I went to the rail. Rail and off almost guarantees that you're going to get an angle. Now before I go shoot, I walked over to this side of the table to take a look. I need to go to the rail and off. You want to be either on or slightly below the shot line to the 2. Then you can stick the cue ball. So that rack was played extremely well. I got a little excited here because all I've got to do is play a stop shot. Because the break ball is low, I don't want an extreme inside angle. I want to draw it back just like an inch, and I draw it back a foot instead of an inch. That's a big mistake. So I made a little mistake right at the end there, but the rest of the back rack was pretty textbook. I didn't have to bump any balls except the one that I wanted to bump to improve its position. Short side position over here several times and dealt with all the balls in 1/4 of the table without bumping another ball. So I've got an outside angle, shallow outside angle. Our cue ball is going to hit the corner ball and not much else. I think I'm going to want a little bit of right English on this, because the cue ball is going to jump to the bottom rail. There's no chance of scratching. But I need to get my cue ball to come out of the corner to the center table. Why? I'm pushing balls this way. So my shots are going to be into this side pocket or this corner pocket. So I don't want to linger down in the bottom of the table. Let's see if that's indeed what I do. Yeah, I can see I'm cueing it center and right. Yeah, center right, bottom rail, spin it out of the corner. Good thing I did, because I only have one shot. But I'm in excellent position here because, yeah, I'm looking at the angle right now. Obviously, I'm going to shoot the 6 ball, and I have a shooting gallery that all go into this pocket. So I'll shoot the 6, bring the cue ball over here, and I'm going to have an opportunity to open the rack and continue the run. So I hope you enjoyed that. A little lesson about short side position. Really got to be a master of short side position and have real good cue ball control, moving the cue ball short distances. And that's how you can make racks like this one a certainty without having to run in any balls or take any kind of risks. I hope you enjoyed that Rack of the Week, and we're going to do it again next week. If you're going to play straight pool, play it straight. See you next week on Rack of the Week. Bye.